Our activities encouraging the Japanese students studying abroad. Although, we have a very challenging target under the Global 30 program, but in view of the nature of this session 3, I would like to concentrate on our activities encouraging our Japanese students studying abroad. First of all, let me brief you, the size of our university. We have 17,000 students, comprising 100,000 undergraduate and 7,000 graduate school. And we have now almost 1,900, or say, I would say 2,000 international students. And out of it, 10% are belonging to undergraduate, and 90% are belonging to the graduate school. As of December 2010, more than 1,900 international students from 102 foreign countries are studying at our university campus. On the other hand, I'm sorry. Here, excuse. On the other hand, the number of Japanese students of our university who are studying abroad during the academic year of 2010 was still 287 against our total number of students of more than 17,000. And as you may be aware, that in the last several years, the number of Japanese students studying overseas has been decreasing year by year. And according to the recent data provided by MEXT, our Ministry of Education, for instance, the number of Japanese students studying overseas in 2004 was about 83,000. But the same number went down to 67,000 in 2008. University of Tsukuba used to face a similar problem until 2007. However, I'm sorry. However, in order to increase the number of our Japanese students studying overseas, the Tsukuba University started additional efforts in 2008. For instance, we dispatched, we dispatched our missions to Australia and New Zealand in order to increase the counterpart universities to receive our Japanese students for short-term language training program. And this year we succeeded in having one new counterpart university in Canada in this regard. And in addition to that, we also conducted several seminars and also briefing sessions to inform our Japanese students about our programs and also to encourage the Japanese students to go abroad. And in addition to that, University of Tsukuba succeeded in setting up its original scholarship system of so-called Tsukuba scholarship in 2009. And faculty members and also our university staff are the donators for these Japanese Tsukuba scholarship program. We started to offer financial support to Japanese students for both first exchange students programs and second is short-term overseas programs, including language training, etc. Then let's see these figures. The number of international students studying at our campus from 2007 to 2010, the number has been increased almost, say, 12% by year. And then the number of our Japanese students studying abroad was also increased from 148 in 2007 to 287 in 2010. So I would say that we rather so far succeeded in increasing the number of Japanese students studying overseas. Although the number is still small, but so far we are satisfied with this result. Although under our Global 30 program, we have a target figure of 1,000 of Japanese students studying abroad by 2020. So we have 10 years to go, but we have to increase 5 times, okay, or 4 times. Then next. Then, furthermore, in addition to these efforts, we have started some new additional efforts. In the academic year 2010, my department set up a new class lecture entitled Studying at Tsukuba with a Global Perspective for only the first year students and second year students in all departments of Tsukuba University as a class in the liberal arts general education, in Japanese Kyoto Kate, in 2010. Then about 80 students are enrolled, and about 70% students were in attendance almost every week. Then the main aims of this class lecture: first, for students of general education course to know and understand the followings. First, our university's basic policy of internationalization. Second is present circumstances and results of internationalization that our university is addressing. And third is various targets of internationalization that US and our university is aiming to achieve. Then secondly, for students who are in attendance to think by themselves about what to study during the rest of their university days and what kind of campus life to have in our university, where the internationalization is being promoted in such a manner. And thirdly, throughout the lectures, let the students know the following and consequently provide them with the opportunity to think about their life plan after graduation. First, the significance of studying abroad for arts and sciences. The second is collaborative research initiatives, activities being conducted between our university and many research institutes in Tsukuba Science City. Just for information, we have about, say, 300 private and public research institutes in Tsukuba itself, and which are esteemed for their international leading edge technologies. And third, the international assistance programs that our university is working on in collaboration with international organizations such as the World Bank and the United Nations and JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency. And fourth, the challenging job experiences at international organizations such as the World Bank, United Nations and JICA, as well as the qualifications required for application as a candidate employee. Then specific contents of our lectures. These are the contents of our lectures. And for instance, I am the organizer of this lecture, class lecture, and I have requested young faculty members to introduce their own experience to these young students about the experience of their studying overseas for science and also human science and so on and so forth. And also, I myself, I have ever worked at Asian Development Bank and also one of my colleagues who is head of International Student Center, who has ever worked at the United Nations. We also delivered our lectures in respect of our experience and how the encouraging and challenging jobs we have in those international organizations. And simultaneously, we have also introduced what kind of qualifications are required for the employees of international organizations. And these are some samples. Also, this is and comments from the students who attended. This is very much encouraging for us. I understand the significance of studying abroad, learned that our university offers financial assistance, and decide to consider including overseas education in my college life plan. Another students told us that I want to become a researcher, but to improve the quality of research as well as develop my humanity. I understand that it is very important to study abroad, so I want to think about studying abroad after graduate school. And another young students wrote it us that as 11% of all students of Tsukuba are foreign students, then 1 out of 10 of my friends is a foreign student. If students live by this motto, then they will want to better themselves internationally. And to learn the actual achievement of contributions to world through Japanese ODA by JICA and various international assistance programs through our university collaboration with JICA. And also to be lectures, I'm sorry, I went, go ahead. Yeah. And then we should increase the involvement of foreign students in student circles. And I would like to call for each circle to have an English website. And also the last one, I wanted to work in an international organization and be engaged in the job that makes an international contribution in the future. But because I learned that a high degree of professionalism and a master's degree or doctoral degree are required to find employment, I want to deepen my knowledge in my area in the coming 4 years and to go to graduate school. These are just samples of the students' comments. Then another more surprising result is the student evaluation questionnaire was compiled, and the class on studying at Tsukuba with a global perspective finished in the top 10 classes that students found satisfying among the 58 subjects in all of the general education subjects in the second semester of 2010. It means demand on the part of the students has also been very strong. Then the point is, this is very much easy task, I guess, for the university faculty members to do in order to encourage the young students to know about the real world. I mean, how to, deepen their knowledge and also how to, improve their qualification to apply for international organizations or to go abroad for study. So, in the first year or second year students, I would like to say that those students, young students, should be provided with such an opportunity to know about all the measures that we can provide for their support, and also some actual requirements for employees at the international organizations. And these are some sort of encouraging information and programs, I would say. Thank you very much.